Chaka Fattah, ousted out of public office, just like Patrick Cannon. Chaka Fattah, ousted out of public office, just like Patrick Cannon. Thank you for tuning in to Laurel at the Black Political Buzz Network. About 2 weeks ago, 11-term Black Congressman Chaka Fattah of Philadelphia, a Democratic Black Congressman out of Philadelphia, 11-term Congress member. This man had won office 11 terms. He was ousted, lost his Democratic primary for the first time in 11 years, for the first time, in over a decade, by a 36-year-old challenger named Dwight Evans. So Dwight Evans, 36 years of age, defeated long-term Black Congressman, who was a Democrat, Chaka Fattah. Congressman Chaka Fattah is 59 years old. He's currently 59 years of age. He was 37 years old when he was first elected as a member of Congress. So Chaka Fattah was 37 years old when he was first elected a member of Congress. And here he is many years later being defeated by a 36-year-old Democrat challenger named Dwight Evans. Chaka Fattah is currently facing indictment for some trumped up corruption charges that will most likely lead him into a jail sentence. Even if it's a short jail sentence, it's still a jail sentence. Just like former Charlotte Mayor Patrick Cannon, who's now serving time in a federal prison on some trumped up corruption charges. Now, Chaka Fattah, the charges that he's been indicted for, these charges, many of them stem back from 2006, 2007. 2007 is the same year that President Obama began his presidential campaign for his first term election. In case you all didn't know that. Obama didn't start running for office in 2008. He began running for the presidential election in 2007. So they're saying that Congressman Chaka Fattah of Philadelphia stole money. They say he stole over $1 million in campaign fund money. Had that money converted for personal use. Just as they say Patrick Cannon, former Charlotte Mayor Patrick Cannon, also a Black Democrat, they say he also accepted bribes and tried to convert money for personal use. Now, do I doubt that Congressman Chaka Fattah did any wrongdoing with money? He probably did to a certain degree. All politicians, to a certain degree, play with the money. The money looks a little funny. The money looks a little funny in the hands of all real politicians. Now, Donald Trump is the exception because he's not a politician. He's a businessman. And Donald Trump has the heart of a businessman, not the heart of a dirty politician. And no, I don't think that all people in politics are dirty. I repeat, I do not think that everyone in politics is dirty. But most of them are, unfortunately. And I think it's just the way the game is played. It's the way the politics in this country is played. It's rigged that way. It's rigged for corruption. It's almost inevitable. So I don't doubt that former Charlotte Mayor Patrick Cannon, a Black man and a Democrat, I don't doubt that he, was involved in some way in some bribes. I don't doubt that Chaka Fattah in some way was not involved in some bribes or corruption, because the system is rigged. That's why Donald Trump is fighting against it, because it's rigged. But anyway, Chaka Fattah lost his Democratic primary. This man served in office for 11 terms. Now, I don't know. I don't live in Philadelphia. I don't have any family who lives in Philadelphia. I have family who lives near Philadelphia. I do have family who lives in close proximity to Philadelphia. But I've never heard anything really bad about Congressman Chaka Fattah at all. I've never heard anything really bad about the man. I heard he was a good representative of his district. I heard that Congressman Chaka Fattah was a very good representative of his district. Now, Patrick Cannon is something different. Now, I at one time, I supported Patrick Cannon. I did. I supported the man. He wasn't that great a city council member. Before being elected mayor of Charlotte, Patrick Cannon was not that great of a city council member. He was very biased. But he wasn't the worst one out there in politics. But today he sits in a federal prison cell, which is where Congressman Chaka Fattah is most likely headed. Congressman Chaka Fattah's son was also indicted. Congressman Chaka Fattah's son was also involved in this corruption scheme. This corruption money scheme that they're accusing Congressman Chaka Fattah of being involved in. So, because of the bad publicity, Congressman Chaka Fattah lost his Democratic primary for the first time in over a decade, after serving in office for 11 terms on Capitol Hill. So, Congressman Chaka Fattah served politics. He served the master. He served Obama. He served the Clintons. He served all those on, all the powers that be on Capitol Hill for 11 terms. And in the end, these same people came back to bite him in the you-know-where. And now he's facing a prison term. Career ruined. Another black man career ruined because of money in politics. Now, I don't want black people, especially black men, to be afraid to enter into politics because of Patrick Cannon's, fate, or Congressman Chaka Fattah's indictment, because that may be part of the strategy to discourage black men and black people from becoming politicians. You can't be afraid. If you have it burning in your heart to help your people in politics, then you go out there and do that. But just know that the target is on your back. If you are a black person in America who cares about this country and our military and our country's future, and you care about giving jobs to black people, and you care about getting black people off of welfare, you care about getting black people off of welfare and food stamps and getting them employed to become self-sufficient or become business owners, the target will be on your back, because they don't want black people in this country to be anything other than slaves. Now, I don't say that for everyone. I don't think Donald Trump is that way. I don't believe Donald Trump wants to see black people slaves. He wants us to work for a living, which I don't mind doing that. That's the way it's supposed to be, to let anybody in this country who's a citizen, to let all people in this country who are citizens have the right to work or be a business owner, not be a slave. So if you are a member of Congress or a black community leader or civic leader, activist, and you care about the black community rising up to be self-sufficient, the target will be on your back, because they don't want us self-sufficient. They want us to be slaves. Patrick Cannon, when he became mayor, he gave a speech saying he was going to help black people to become self-sufficient in Charlotte. Then he ended up in federal prison. Congressman Chaka Fattah had helped many black people, from what I hear. Congressman Chaka Fattah, he helped many black people in Philadelphia become business owners. Now he's facing also a federal prison sentence. This is by design. It's by design. Look at Obama. The white people love Obama. The New World Order and the Bilderberg Group, they love Obama. Why? Because look at the black community under Obama. Look at the black American community under Obama. That's why the New World Order and the Bilderberg Group loves Obama. And it's sad, because Obama is a political genius. President Obama is a political genius. He could have done so much good for the United States of America and for black people as well. Instead, Black people under Obama have floundered. We floundered and we suffered. Just as the Bilderberg Group and the New World Order wants it to be. So I'm not surprised to hear about Congressman Chaka Fattah or Fattah Chaka, whichever his name is. I'm not surprised to hear about him being brought down. If you're doing good for black people in this country, they're going to bring you down. Like they did JFK. Like they did JFK. And Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. Thank you for tuning in to Laurel at the Black Political Buzz Network. Goodbye.